See, the bad thing about keeping the secret is you actually have to keep the secret. And I promised this captain I was not going to tell his story and I was not going to put him out there. But this is before Cruising with Prince. This is before all the blogs. I gotta put you out there now. Man, I gotta put it out there.
Prince, scribe, Prince, scribe, Prince Lucky, cruising, shed at, cruising, shed at, cruising with Prince World. Travel them.
All right, so YouTube, it's your boy Prince Lucky. I promised this captain I wasn't gonna tell this story, but that was before Cruise with Prince, and you know, I started doing this channel and doing all this. So now I just got to tell my story about the time I got the captain high and he let me drive the cruise boat. I mean, I drove the cruise. I was riding the cruise boat and I smoked with the captain. Now I want y'all to hear exactly how this happened. I was on the Royal Caribbean, all right? I know you're thinking, the Royal Caribbean? Prince, you always on Carnival cruise boats. Why? What you doing on Royal Caribbean? This is before I start taping and doing everything, so just follow me and pay attention, right? I had like 7 grams of weed, and this before like all the loud and the exotic weed and all that little funky colors and different strands and stuff like that, right? So I had this 7 of Reggie, and I had put it in my toothbrush holder, because I always tell y'all this is how you pack the weed and you bring the weed on the cruise boats, right? So I was leaving Chicago. I packed the whole 7. I took all the C's out because in the Reggie is C's, and you don't want the C's. I don't be wanting the C's to go through the X-ray in the stem. So I made sure I pick all that out, break it all up, and stuff it properly. You know what I'm saying? So I do this right. Boom, I get on the plane. My bag come around through the carousel. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? This is before Ubers and everything else. Like when you get to the airport, it'd be a man holding a Royal Caribbean sign and saying, people for the Royal Caribbean, stand right here, follow us. And it was like, they was giving us a shuttle from the airport to the cruise ship. Okay, so I got my bag, I got my 7. You know, I got a couple rum runners in there too, because I'm sneaking alcohol. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I get the bag. I see the person at the carousel at the airport. So I go over there, like, cool. We get on the shuttle, right? And we go to the cruise port. I'm like, damn, we finally here. I had this big iPad. Like, I didn't have a cell phone, like with a camera on it, or I didn't have a regular camera. I just had like the first generation iPad. And that's how I was taking pictures with everything. You know what I'm saying? So I took the iPad out of the bag because I had put that in the bag when I was flying. So when I gave it to them, just note, like, I don't have my bag, I don't have nothing but this iPad. You know what I'm saying? So I get them the bag, we get on the shuttle, we get to the port, we get on the ship, boom. I'm sitting here waiting for my bags now. I look in the hallway, everybody in the whole floor got all of their bags. And I'm thinking, like, where the hell is my bag? You know what I'm saying? Where is my shit? And I'm thinking, damn, they don't just found the weed and they just found the alcohol. I'm smuggling shit on this boat. What they finna do? You know what I'm saying? So I end up calling guest services because like 2 hours, the boat don't sailed off, and I still don't got none of my stuff. Now my girl, she got her own separate bag, so she got everything that she bought. I'm the only one without a bag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck? So I called guest services. I'm like, yeah, I didn't receive my bag. And they was like, come downstairs. I'm like, come downstairs? I'm like, okay, yeah, they had needed my information. I guess they couldn't just take it over the phone. You know what I'm saying? They needed to see my cell card and my identification. So when I went downstairs, I'm like, baby, I'll be right back. I think they got my luggage and it's messed up downstairs. She was like, cool. And she stayed in the room. So I get my wallet, I get my sailing card, boom, I go run downstairs to the guest services. I'm like, yeah, this is who I am. I don't have my luggage. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So They was like, yeah, there's been a security breach with your baggage. I said, a security breach? I said, well, y'all lost my stuff? No, it was like, no, not quite. Just follow us this way. So I'm thinking, damn, I'm finna get locked up. I'm finna get arrested. These motherfuckers done found all this stuff. So, you know how they look like sailors. There was 2 white shirts with the white pants and they got the little stuff on it. So I started following them and they had this one security dude on the back of his jacket that said security. I'm like, oh my God, where's they taking me? So 2 double doors open up, right? I'm like, okay, because, you know, everything is decorated, carpet and everything else. They was taking me to an area that was strictly for the workers. So when I go through the double doors, I see nothing but like concrete and, not concrete, like just metal, like everywhere. It kind of reminded me of a prison. So I'm thinking, damn, they finna take me to the jail. I'm thinking, like, what the hell? You know, and I'm like, why do I have to go do all this just to get my luggage? And they was like, right this way, the captain has your bag. I said, the captain? Stop playing with me. Now I know I'm finna go to jail. Now I know. So as soon as I get to, it's like these big 2 corridors and they got this big ship on there, right? So when I open the door, it's like the whole front of the ship. It's like the glass. You see the boats. I mean, like, you see all the machines and all the gadgets. It's like I'm in the front of this cruise ship. And what do you know? It's like this spinning chair, right? This chair spins around. It's like a movie, y'all. Spin around, and it's the captain. The captain said, Mr. Eccles, we confiscated your bag. Do you know why we pulled you in here? I said, what, you want me to drive the ship or something like that? Because I don't know. He said, no, Mr. Eccles, you're not here to drive the ship. We found 7 grams of marijuana in your bag, and we found this Hennessy in these rum runners. Do you want to explain this? I said, that ain't mine. He said, what do you mean? This is your bag and these are your clothes. I said, that's not my shit, man. I'm like, look at this. I don't even smoke Reggie, man. And Hennessy, who the hell drinks Hennessy? So they looked at me for a second. I was like, it's got to be a problem. This has got to be a problem. This is not my weed. And then he was like, well, prove it to me. I said, well, here. I took the blunts out the bag. I was like, first of all, I don't even smoke swishers. Like, I smoke woods. I smoke leaves. So I opened the swisher. I cracked it. I dumped all the stuff out of it. And I opened the bag and I rolled it all up. I twisted and I lit it up in front of him. And I hit it. The captain looked at me like I was crazy. I said, yeah, see, this that bullshit. I would never even smoke nothing like this. I promise. It got a seed in here. I know this is not my shit. And then I had reached for a cup, right? You know what I'm saying? And just know, like, I got a cup in my hand and I just put it between my legs. While I was still smoking blunt, I just left it in my lips like this. So I take the rum runner and I start twisting it and shit, and I pour it into the cup. And I twist it back. I grab the cup and I grab the seed. I was like, see, this is regular Hennessy. I would have bought VSOP. This weed is so nasty. Ugh, cheap Hennessy. The captain was like, I blew the smoke and the smoke was all in his face and he was going like this in the chair. He's like, I should have you arrested. I said, man, let me put in some work. Let me drive to the next island. I'll get us to the next island. You just sit back and chill, and you take this weed, and you take this Hennessy, and you just chill over here where I'm at, and I'll sit right there where you sitting, and let me just float this motherfucker to Mexico. And, you know, we can forget all about this because really that's not my stuff, but since it's in my bag, you know, I guess I got to take accountability for it. So the captain looked at me and was like, is you going to pass the weed or what?